This is presentation 6, and in this presentation we are going to learn about how to find the equation of a straight line. When we are finding the equation of a straight line, firstly we have to know the gradient or the slope of the straight line. Nextly, we have to know the y-intercept, which is c. So when you know the gradient, which is shown in point 1, and the y-intercept that is shown in point 2, thirdly, we can join these things and write the equation of the straight line. A line has a gradient of -12 and passes through the point -6, -8. So when it refers to a point, it has a x coordinate and a y coordinate. So what you have to do here, you have to find the equation of this particular line that passes through this particular point -6 and -8. Let's see how to do this. Gradient is equal to -12. X coordinate is -6 and the y coordinate is -8. So, the equation of a straight line is y equals to mx plus c. Now, we are going to substitute the values to the given equation. Y is -8 is equal to m is -12 multiplied by x is -6 plus c. We don't know the value of c, so we are going to find what value is c. I simplify and my c is -11. So for us to write the equation of a straight line, which is y equals to mx plus c, we need the value of m and the value of c. So according to this, value of m is given, value of c we work out and find. So finally we can write the answer as y equals to -12x -11. Next question. A line has a gradient of 5 and passes through the point -2, -4. Find the equation of the line. So what do we have to know? When we are finding the equation of a straight line, we have to know the gradient as the first thing and the y-intercept, which is the c value, as the second thing. So with the given information, we are going to work out what is the value of c. Because the gradient m is given as 5, what is missing is the value of c. So we know the x coordinate is -2 and the y coordinate is -4. And the equation of a straight line is y equals to mx plus c. By substituting the values, y is -4, it is equal to 5 is the gradient, which is m, multiplied by x, which is -2, plus c. So when we simplify it, it's -4 equals to -10 plus c, and c is equal to 6. Okay, now we are ready. M is given, c we found it. When you know m and c, we can substitute it into the equation y equals mx plus c and write the equation of the straight line as y equals 5x plus 6. A line has a gradient of -12 and passes through the point 0, -3. Find the equation of the line. So the same thing, gradient given as -12, x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is -3. Equation of a straight line is y equals to mx plus c. Let's substitute the values. So it is y is minus 3, m is minus half times 0 plus c. So the c value here is minus 3. Knowing m and c, we are going to substitute it into the equation and write down the equation of the straight line as y equals to minus half x minus 3. So this is an exercise. I have not shown the workings. You can work out the questions and check your answers where I have given you the answers. So another question is there. Try to work out the question of your own, and the answers are also given. It is a line with the equation y equals to 3x plus 4, and they ask the gradient and the y-intercept. Gradient is m, which is the slope. So that is m is equal to 3, and y-intercept is the point which the graph cuts the y-axis. It's the y-coordinate. So c is equal to 4. A straight line L is shown on the grid. Work out the equation of line L. Equation of a straight line is y equals to mx plus c. And this particular straight line has a positive slope. How do we find the slope or the gradient? Change in y divided by the change in x. Change in y is 6 and the change in x is 3. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. So the gradient is 2. Also you can use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. For that we are going to pick two coordinates from the straight line, that is 3, 7 and 0, 1. You can pick any two coordinates and substitute the values to the equation, and the gradient of the straight line is 2. Then we have to know what is the y-intercept, which is c, the point which the graph cuts the y-axis. You don't have to work it out separately. The graph shows you that the straight line cuts the y-axis over here. So the point which the graph cuts the y-axis is at 1. So you can say that c is equal to 1. Here I have labeled it c is equal to 1. Now we know your gradient, and you also know the point which the graph cuts the y-axis, which is c. You can put it together and write the equation of the straight line as y equals to 2x plus 1. 2 is the gradient plus 1 is the point which the graph cuts the y-axis. A straight line L is shown on the grid. Work out the equation of line L. So the straight line is y equals to mx plus c. And we are going to use the formula here to find the gradient of the straight line. So for us to use the formula, we need 2 points. That is minus 3, minus 4 and 4, 3. We are going to substitute the values to the equation. The difference of two y coordinates, that is 3 minus minus 4. And the difference of two x coordinates, that is 4 minus minus 3. So it is 7 divided by 7. The slope or the gradient is plus 1. And we also have to know what is C is. C is the point which the graph cuts the y-axis. You can clearly see that the graph cuts the y-axis over here, that is minus 1. So the equation of the straight line is y equals to 1x. In this case, I don't write 1. You just write it as x. So y is equal to x minus 1. So we are going to continue with presentation 7, where we are going to learn the equation of parallel graphs.